mkombozi. Amezaliwa. Raila mtetezi.
2024 ikiwa mzuri kuliko ile ya 2023. Tunataka ushuru ishuke. Gharama ya maisha irudi chini.
Tuwache mashindano. Tuwache hujuma. Tuwache mabishano. Tuwache kutafuta umaarufu.
Mmekuwa kwa power mwaka moja. Na wananchi wanaumia.
Zakayo awache kutoza watu ushuru. Zakayo ashuke. Aje hapa chini pamoja na sisi.
Hakuna nchi itaendelea bila ushuru. Sasa nauliza jameni. Hata tukiwa watu milioni 50 ndio tuko kwa Kenya hii. Rais wetu anasema tutoe ushuru. Tukitoa shilingi moja, hata mwenye hakwenda shule, hiyo ni milioni 50. Tukitoa shilingi 10 ni milioni 500. Tukitoa shilingi 1000 ni bilioni karibu 5.
Wale walio katika judiciary, wale walio katika legislature, nataka niwaulize, jameni, tuungane, tuwache mashindano.
As the leadership of Kenya Kwanza, we shall not agree and frustrate the policies and the plan of William Samoei Ruto.
I will not tell you what we will do with them, but we shall deal with the ignorance of the judiciary. I have never failed you and I will not fail you on this one.
Is what we call judicial adventurism. People who have gone beyond the reach of what they are supposed to do.
Those of you who are leaders in the judiciary, in the executive, in the legislature, you will be judged on what you do for the vulnerable.
Use our judicial system ikiwe activism system. Tafadhali wafanye kazi yao ya kuweka haki kwa Wakenya. Sisi kule bunge tuliokubaliana na wewe wakati wa uchaguzi, tukakubaliana na wewe na agenda yako, na tunasimama kidete kuona sheria zile zinapitishwa kule bunge inaimarisha na inaendelesha ile malengo na ahadi uliyopatia Wakenya.
Kama tupitishe yale mambo yote ambayo yanaguza vyumba na maneno ya afya. Lakini inashangaza Mheshimiwa Rais kwamba watu wachache wanaketi pale na wanaanza kutoa sheria, majaji ambao wajui sisi kila Jumamosi tunachanga kusaidia wale watu ambao wanaumizwa na ugonjwa wa kansa.
Unajua ajabu ni kwamba wale wanaenda kupinga kotini, yeye tayari yako na bima ya afya. Alafu unaenda kupinga mwananchi mwingine asipate. Na hiyo ako naye bima ya afya, ako naye comprehensive medical care, inalipwa na hawa wananchi. Sio ni uadui ya kupindukia jameni.
Kuuliza swali tunaambiwa tusulize. Iko independence of the judiciary. But somebody must also hold them to account. And they also must be accountable. And they must also accept to be held to account. We want to ask the judiciary that let them put the interest of the nation ahead of any other consideration, so that they can be able to be part and parcel of an arm of government that is supporting the transformation of our country.
Mjue wananchi wanaumia. Na kama hamutarekebisha hii msafara, usicheza na wananchi. Msicheza na wananchi. Hiyo si onyo, it is the truth. It is the truth.
I am telling every member of parliament, between today and tomorrow, we are releasing another 10 billion shillings for the bursary program. In the last 1 year, tumeajiri watu 1,120 kwa housing program. Alafu kuna mtu anasema tusimamishe. Tusimamishe hawa watu 1,120 wafanye kazi wapi?
Right, and of course those were some of the political statements that were doing over the weekend and yesterday as well. We just want to pick up the brains of our panelists here. Let's just begin with you, Dan Mazo, on that particular note, because it seems that is your fraternity when it comes to judiciary, you being also a lawyer. And ask the same question to some of the panelists. LSK was always meant to actually be in the streets this week.
Yes.
Right. Will you be part of that?
Well, why not?
Are you part of
I'm a member of
judicial activism? So, what is your rejoinder on what you've had so far?
Yes. First and foremost, there is you know, separation of powers under the new constitution. The executive proposes a law, and then that law comes to Parliament, in this case for Finance Bill, the National Assembly. And then if something has not been agreed upon, or if Parliament has erred, then that error or that law which has been passed and is signed by the executive can be rectified. You know, if there are unconstitutional sections or sections without proper infrastructure, legal infrastructure, like acts of Parliament, as the courts find out in the case of you know, the levy, the housing levy, because it was one time is a tax, another time is a levy, and where is it premised? So the biggest problem in all this blame game is executive. They proposed this law and gone to influence Parliament to pass this law in a certain way through lobbying, if I'm kind enough, and also bribery. So if the source of bribery is the executive and the recipient is the National Assembly, and you end up with a dead law, unconstitutional law, then what do you expect the judge to do? The judge has to hold it unconstitutional, if it is unconstitutional. Mm-hmm. And the judge's independence cannot be taken away. You cannot now intimidate, you cannot frustrate the judge. And it is the same thing, I will say, it is likened to the Floyd case. You have a power whose knee is on everybody. The knee is on Parliament. Parliament is no longer independent. So it passes a law which is dead. It cannot serve the nation. Then when it's go to the judiciary. Now you want to press your knee again to the judiciary. And the judiciary cannot breathe. Parliament cannot breathe. The people cannot breathe. What are you looking for? Then you get a few members of Parliament from your region to threaten, you know, the House, to threaten the judiciary. And then also you get a few fellows from your village to come and demonstrate in Nairobi. We want the houses. Yet these fellows demonstrating in Nairobi that they want the houses. They can never afford a 3-4 million house, and they will never be factored. So the worst thing happening in this country is corruption. And if the corruption was be stemmed off from the president's office, from State House, don't influence